Yes, you are seeing this right. They got Caitlin Clark to gulp, defend the Gynocracy, and defend the fuckery. Plus, a balloon pop episode that I saw on BGS's channel that I have to do. And my own revenge against the Gynocracy. And yes, it was a lot of revenge. And I love every minute of it. Welcome in, and let's go. Thing is, until you can erase 3 Februaries, shut up. Bang! Quality over quantity. LeBron has beaten some of the best competition in NBA history. He's the GOAT emoji. I will not cuss. I will not cuss. I will not swear. I will not swear.
Where sports is the base, life and fun are the results. This is the Brian Snow Show.
I don't even know where to begin or how to begin this one. Because the statement I'm going to read in a few minutes is frightening. My only question is,
how do you fuck that up? How do you fuck that up?
Angel Reese and Caitlin Clark will be forever tied at the hip, but not for basketball reasons. And that pisses me off more than anything else. Hello, everyone. Welcome in. And I'm just going to get right to it. You heard the conversation that BGS and I had last night. Here is a follow-up. I just happened to find this on Twitter. And though I can't get the sound, I will read what I have in front of me. Caitlin Clark said, quote, I think what Reese has done with her platform has been absolutely incredible. She has an entire fan base that has supported her in what she did at Maryland and then at LSU. Obviously, I played her for a very long time, and she's been a tremendous player. It's been fun getting to compete against Angel. I think it's really good for the game. People just love seeing great matchups, but also they can see how amazing these teams are, and then they find new players to support and continue to come back from them. Close quote. I read part of this and I thought I'd be disappointed, but it's the middle part of this. It's been fun to compete against Angel. That right there kind of softened me. I don't know why. I think it's really been good for the game. There's the other part of that sentence. But tell me, folks in the chat, if I'm reading this wrong, that they're getting CC to soften the Gynocracy. Tell me if I'm wrong. And let me see a few people in the chat that I have already. Paul Wilson says, I'm glad that BGS critiqued that balloon pop show and he picked the right episode. I happen to look at that episode and I'm going to offer a few critiques of my own in a few minutes. Corey McPherson says, great show last night. Snowman, you and BGS did the darn thing. Very entertaining, but insightful. Well, that's what we do. And thank you, Corey, for that compliment. I appreciate it. And RC is here hanging out with us. And if you all like what you see and what you hear, please consider making a Cash App donation to $Tallman Dr. K50 or to Venmo at Big Snowman 2172. I want to know honestly. I want to know honestly if I'm wrong in reading that quote that I just read, that she was handed that to say. I'd like to be wrong in this case. But with every piece of evidence that we've seen from the WNBA off the court, I don't think I'm wrong. I think they're getting her to defend the status quo. And it's just getting started. If I'm wrong, please tell me. Please tell me. I'm unsure about this, and I'm going to lean on the understanding at that. And I think RC just gave me my answer. You know, they want to use Caitlyn at the drop of every dime, but when Caitlyn speaks, I listen. Angel just runs her mouth so much, I don't know what to believe sometimes. Okay, that's kind of the clarification I was looking for. That's kind of the clarification I was looking for, because they're going to milk everything from Caitlin Clark at every opportunity. Y'all know it. I know it. I just want to be sure I'm not reading this incorrectly, because if I do, then I failed my job as a journalist. And opinions can change. Very true. And I want to be sure that I'm giving y'all the right context. If I'm not, as I said, please tell me. Please tell me. Because I want to do this right by you guys. You guys are supporting all my content and all my shows, and I appreciate every one of you guys. Here's a question that I have, and it's a question that I asked yesterday. With everything that happened in that Fever Sky game on Sunday, even with the record 3 million people at peak time watching the game, even with the record that they set that they broke for the first time in 23 years, which is 2.4 million people watching. Is it really because of Caitlin Clark and Angel Reese? Or is it just because of Caitlin Clark? I think it's just because of Caitlin Clark alone. Now, call me crazy, call me whatever. I just think it's because of Caitlin Clark alone. Part of me, and I will be honest, a part of me would like to think otherwise. I'd love to think otherwise. But I don't believe that's the case. And this statement can soften me for a few minutes, but there's a part of me that thinks the status quo is being defended. I'll ask again. I'll ask you guys again. Tell me if I'm wrong. Please I beg of you, tell me if I'm wrong. And I'm not being sarcastic. I'm being authentic. I'm being real. Tell me if I'm wrong. They're trying to attach. Thank you, BGS. So my feeling wasn't wrong. They're trying to attach themselves to Caitlin Clark. Yes. That's immediately the thought I got when I read that quote. That's the immediate thought I got. That they are trying to get her to defend the status quo and attach themselves to her because they know she's the bag. They know she's the ticket. They can build off of that. And Angel Reese does have a platform. Don't get it twisted. She does have a platform. But as RC said earlier, it's just that she runs her mouth so much that we don't know whether to believe or not believe her anymore, especially with the statement of, I guess, Some people get special whistles. That came from Angel Reese after the game on Sunday. What? Angel Reese got a whistle because you whacked her in the head and called it a basketball play. Maybe I looked at that wrong. Maybe she was intending to get the ball, but I don't know. Caitlin does not get special whistles. If she got special whistles, then every time she is touched, there's a foul call. In many ways, she'd be like LeBron, and that ain't the case. And you're right, Tinfoil. Caitlin will never bend the knee for the woke mob. They're trying to get her to. Her game doesn't back her mouth. Ain't that the truth? Her game doesn't back her mouth, man. Her game does not back her mouth at all. When Caitlin gets it all together, she will score 40 a night. And she has sold out every game this year where she's been, home and road. Take a look in that context. She has sold out every single game that she's played in the WNBA, home and road. At home, they're averaging 17,274. That's the capacity at Gainbridge Fieldhouse. I tell her to elaborate too, RC, because you don't get to say stuff and leave it right there. Caitlin took the high road and said she was just worried about making the free throws as a result of it. Yeah, Caitlin did the right thing. But they're trying to get her to bend the knee to the woke mob. And whoever came up with that term, thank you. Whoever came up with that term, thank you. Because that's exactly what they're getting her to do. Bend the knee. You heard what I said. Bend the knee. That's what they're trying to get her to do. And I'm praying she does it. But there's going to be peer pressure like crazy. There's going to be peer pressure like crazy. You know it. I know it. You don't just get to say, Angel Reese, what you said and then not elaborate on it at all. That doesn't work that way. It doesn't work that way. If they, and another player that they need to have elaborate on what she said, although Caitlin Clark's game is speaking for itself, is Kennedy Carter. Now, Kennedy Carter is very, very talented, and the fact that she is now starting says that. But for her to say, and that's that, what else does she bring to the table except free throws? How about an audience? How about more asses in the seats than you can ever draw? And that's not a slight to Kennedy Carter. She's a hell of a player. But when you have a once in a lifetime, once in a generation player in a sport that has been overlooked and now getting all the looks that they want, but they don't know what to do with, you need to shut your face and just play ball and contribute to it. Do your job. That's what my daughter always tells me. Do your job. Okay? As I have said many, many times on different streams, including this one, the Gynocracy is quite real. Very real. Noir Truth, what is going on, my friend? Thanks for coming in. Spread the, do me a favor, folks, like and subscribe to the channel, spread the word. Let's get some more people in. Let's get the conversation really, really started. I don't have to ask why they're trying to attach themselves to Caitlin Clark. In a demonstration that I have done often, dear WNBA, this is the bag. This is you dropping the bag. Any questions? One day, Kennedy Carter is going to realize that her words, Caitlyn does nothing but shoot threes, is going to be the reason Caitlyn furthered in her rising excellence. If it's not happening already, RC. If it's not happening already. You got to believe it's happening already. I just don't like where this is going with all the drama off the floor instead of them concentrating on the action on the floor. And unfortunately, the reason is all the attention that Caitlin Clark is getting, and the rest of the players are jealous. Flat out jealous. They're jealous, they're envious, and you can tell by the way they come after her on the floor. You can tell you can tell how they're doing that. Look at Carter's stat line. It tells all. Yes, it does. Tinfoil again. Oops, wrong one. Tinfoil again. Caitlyn is an anomaly. This phenomenon is growing so fast. It is. It is hell. The hell with growing. I mean, it's exploding. It's not growing. It's exploding. It's absolutely exploding right before our eyes. And the rest of the WNBA does not know what the hell to do with it. To illustrate my point, a question I asked yesterday, paging Kathy Engelbert, where art thou? With all this going on for your league, you would expect her to come out and make some sort of statement. If I missed it, please tell me, but I haven't heard a word yet. I haven't heard a word yet from her. And that troubles me. That troubles me that, well, let me just go ahead and say it. She is allowing her league to crumble. How is it crumbling, you ask? All the jealousy that you can see from the players toward one player, toward one. Tampa Supreme is in the house with us. RC says, Snow, you remember even during the women's NCAA season, the teams Clark and Iowa played against couldn't wait to try to knock Caitlin out. Yeah, it's true. Yes, that's my beauty. That's my beauty. That's my beauty. I'm going to talk about her in a little bit when I talk of my revenge against the Gynocracy. But they couldn't wait to try to knock Caitlin around, to try to hurt her, to belittle her, and Caitlin overcame it all. You're right. Protect the white girl. Absolutely. That's the bag. That's the bag that the WNBA has been waiting for 28 years. 28 seasons. This is their 27th seasons. I beg your pardon. This is their 28th year, and now they finally have a chance to rake in billions. But repeating a point that BGS says yesterday, and I echo, the NBA is still the WNBA's baby daddy in the form of Adam Silver. You can't tell me that's not the case. BGS, do me a favor. Can you email me what you texted me yesterday? Because I want to play that tune now. But I'm going to have it on my computer. But getting back to business, and let me highlight this from BGS. Protect the white girl. Absolutely. Absolutely. And that's exactly what they are not doing. That's exactly what they are not doing. And you just take a look at it and you go, really? I'll say again, I've been a fan of women's basketball for years. since they first had their women's Final Four. Since they had their first women's Final Four, I've been a fan for years. If they still had if they still had the American Basketball League, if that was able to survive, I'm willing to bet you Caitlin Clark would have gone to that league instead and made it billions of dollars. Look up the ABL, American Basketball League. It lasted 2 seasons with the same champion, but they couldn't get any more funding. I bet you Caitlin Clark would have changed that. When the jealous Janes, the angry detractors, get mad enough, they stand on top of the roof of their place and yell, "You have no ring." Her legacy, rings or not, is still certified and great. Period. Period. Her legacy is sealed. Okay? I'm thinking Tinfoil Jones, and y'all are active tonight, and I love it. I'm thinking Caitlin is growing larger than the men's NBA, and that's going to present problems. Not the fact of going to present problems, has presented problems. Has presented problems. Here's the problem. Most of the Gynocracy watch the NBA. Most black men watch the WNBA. Look at the numbers. Look at the numbers. Find the lie. You understand me? Find the lie. It's good for the game. It is. But the Gynocracy is going to ruin every damn thing. I hope they don't. I hope they don't. And I'll say it again, if the American Basketball League was still alive today, and they were alive in 1996 and 97, Caitlin Clark would have gone to the ABL and made it billions of dollars. Billions of dollars. Because they would have done something the WNBA and its constituents are not doing at the present time. And BGS, find the lie with my next sentence. The WNBA and their constituents are not appreciating who they have. And the who that they have is Caitlin Clark. The who that they have is Caitlin Clark. That's the who. And they're not appreciating her at all. They're really not. And the more non-appreciation she gets, the more she's going to be eager to step away and not come back. And that would sink the league. It would sink it. It would sink the league. When we said, oops, sorry. Oh, dang it. There we go. When we said, I'll have to do this audibly, that the NBA is the WNBA's baby daddy, which is true because they're about to lose $50 million. They're about to lose money again and again and again and again. How many members of the Gynocracy do you think is on Adam Silver's lawn right now? How many? Take a guess. Take a guess. There we go. I'm gonna let y'all hear that in a minute. How many members of the Gynocracy or of the WNBA, period, are on Adam Silver's lawn right now? And I'll say it again. How many members of the Gynocracy do y'all think are on Adam Silver's lawn right now? How many? It's a lot. Period. It's a lot. It's a whole hell of a lot. Too much like right, Snowman. You're right. Absolutely. Go back and watch tape on Caitlyn's teammates refusing to set screens for her. Yep, they walk out of every single one. She's fighting a battle on her own team, and she'll continue to fight it until they get the right coach in there. And this is where I call Christy Sides to the carpet. Sunday was the first game Christy did something like, I don't know, coach, perhaps. Actually motivate your players to set screens for their superstar, perhaps. Kelsey Mitchell, and you're right, RC. Kelsey Mitchell didn't want even Kaylin to have the ball because there were 4 shots that Kelsey Mitchell took on Sunday that was clearly meant for Caitlin to take. Clearly meant for Caitlin to take. Now I'm going to play something that BGS sent me, which should illustrate how much of a baby daddy the NBA has been to the WNBA. Hit it.
Lord, I've been done had too many babies, honey. Who is my baby daddy? Girl, I'd be a millionaire if I could ever figure out where I got Cheeto, Limbo, Cracker Jack, Orangelo, K Martina, Salmonella, Velveeta, Genitalia, Catfish, Leroy, Cocoa Puffs and Pluto, Penelope, Jack Daniels, Buford and Lamangelo. Who is my baby daddy? Don't even 2 of these children even look alike. Aloe Vera, Maybelline, Gingivitis, Brill Cream, Cruix, NyQuil, Gangsta Q and Daffodil, Ron Bacardi, Captain Morgan, D-Mark Torres and DeLorean, Gynolotrum and Felicia, Chlamydia Champagne.
Oh, Lord.
Who named these children and how many of them?
You did.
Why they always want to come live with me anyway?
Because
That's
you
who
had
their
him.
Daddy is. Look over yonder.
Adam Silver in this case.
Nova Scotia, Bubblicious, Cuponita, Gonorrhea, Ice Bucket, Batuglia, Visine, and Margarita, Percolator, Terminator, Velcro, and Taekwondo, Varicella, Chromosome, Obstetria, and Shathid. That's the ignorant one right there, Shathid. Who is these baby daddies? I wish I knew. I'd show sue him for some child support, honey. Shoot.
Tell me that's not what's going on in the WNBA right now. Tell me that's not what's going on in the WNBA right now. Except we have an answer to who all their baby daddy is. It's the NBA, man. Real talk, a black guy told me yesterday. Let me put this up here. I want y'all to take a look at doggone it. I'll just read it. Real from RC in the lab with women's hoops. Real talk, a black guy told me yesterday, Snow, that the Fever should trade all the black players and send back nothing but whites. You can't simply tell me that same black folks aren't racist as well. Oh hell yeah, more so. More so. And for some reason I can't bring up my comments. Hold on a minute. Let me check something. Okay. Am I? Nope. I'm doing good there. Okay. I wanted to be sure everything was good. Hey, if you like It did it again. I'm sorry about that, folks. I don't know what's going on. Why it keeps knocking me out, but that's the second time it's knocked me out. I apologize sincerely. Again, I apologize sincerely. I'm gonna have another stream. I'm gonna have another stream tomorrow. In fact, I'm gonna have one every night this week. My wife departs for South Bend tomorrow, and that's where I want to go next. Since we're talking about the Gynocracy, man, BGS did a masterful job of breaking down the balloon pop video, which I don't have in front of me, but I remember it clear as day in my head. I remember it clear as day. Man, I couldn't go on a dating show like that. Not with all those quiches up there. Not with that attitude. Not with all those attitudes. I couldn't do it. I just couldn't do it. Because I kind of tell it like it is. And as the Gynocracy has shown me in my youth and in my adulthood, they don't like that. They get touchy about that sort of thing. They get very, very touchy about that sort of thing. And to think the young man got fired from his job because they flooded his job with calls. That's nothing but the Gynocracy at work in this case. I have a question, and it's going to be dangerous, but I'm going to go ahead and pose it. How do y'all in the chat deal with the Gynocracy? I want to know. I want to know. I want to know how you all deal with it, because me, I'm cordial. I like being cordial. But now that I have a clear picture, and I've had it for a while, of their attitude, cordial is all they get. Telling it like it is all they get. And if they don't like it, oh thee well. I can't do it any other way. I won't do it any other way. I simply can't. Now, I titled part of this My Revenge Against the Gynocracy. And let me explain what I mean. My dad gave me a simple choice before he passed away. And many of you know this. For those of you joining me for the first time, what he said to me in the last excuse me, in the last year of his life, he said, get out or get the hell out. I didn't know what he meant at the time. But the more I was on the South Side and saw how it changed from when I went away to college or when I went down to North Carolina and came back, boy, I couldn't get out of that Gynocracy fast enough. I am dead serious. I couldn't get the hell out of there fast enough. And now I'm happy I did. I'm so glad I got the hell out of there. It's not even funny. And speaking of which, I hear my honey right now talking to our dog. Let me tell you this, gentlemen, and I mean this from the heart. Find a person that makes you happy, as this lady has done for me for the past 6 years.
Nope, don't know what you're talking about.
See? Constant laughter. That's one of the languages that we share together. We talk a lot. We discuss things a lot. Even if we have something that wrecked our day during our workday, we take a few minutes and breathe. And then we come together and talk it all out. Isn't that what you're supposed to do? That's what I thought. That's what I thought. Right on cue. Absolutely, BGS. That's a, you know, she's always right on cue.
I'm always right.
Of course, that's the first rule of the house. First rule of the house is that the wife is always right. The second rule is I have the penis, therefore it's always my fault. Now, y'all should know I bend the hell out of both of those rules. And I'm going to continue to bend the hell out of both of those rules, but it's our way of having fun with life. It's just our way of having fun. PGS, you ain't shit. You sure? And that's the comment I got from BGS when one night I was on the air with BGS and Charles and many, many others. And Jody came in and I didn't have my screen up, but I also did not have my camera on. And Jody just out of the blue screams out, "Don't be showing my dirty ass house." And this was BGS's answer. You sure that's a white woman?
I am for today.
And y'all wonder why I love her so much. And y'all wonder why I love her so much. But I escaped. I got the fuck out. To me, I've never, ever seen color. Ever. I've seen attitude or lack thereof. I've seen finger pointing or lack thereof. I've seen everything with that. She just wants to watch basketball, BGS, if that answers your question. But I have the distinct feeling she already knew. And because she made the comment to me, they need to do something about this. I hope that answers your question. She's got to go to South Bend tomorrow. Doggone it. But I never, like I said many times, even in my diary, I never saw a race. Ever. I can't tell you how many times my mother did in terms of who I was dating, or more to the point, who I should date. Any of that sound familiar, gentlemen? How many times, and BGS, you spoke on this, how many times, black men, have you been told you need to find a woman that's like your mama? What? That's kind of ew. My mother heard me say that and she nearly snapped. She did ask me, why don't you want to find a woman that's like your mama? I looked at my mother and I said, because I want to find a wife. Well, that got me in the doghouse for a few days. What's up, Mr. Donnie Mac? Good to have you with us. Subject of tonight, the second thereof, is my revenge against the Gynocracy. And the only revenge that I could take, I got the hell away from it. As I was explaining, I don't see color. I see attitude. I see lack of caring. I see a lot of smart alecky answers. Now, my wife gives me a lot of smart alecky answers, but we both wind up laughing at them. Big difference. Humongous difference. Humongous difference. And the fun part is, one of the fun parts, we talk all the time. And one of the first things we talked about was race and how it affected both of us. That was one of our very first conversations. One of our very first conversations. And since everything changes on a daily basis, there's not a time where we don't talk about it. Seriously. There's not a time where we don't talk about it. If she can't use your comb, don't bring her home. This is what I was told as a young man. You ain't the only one. You're not the only one, Corey. Everything along those lines. Matter of fact, light up the chat, gentlemen. What were you told? In what way were you told as a child in basic not to date a white woman or bring one home? Light up the chat, y'all. Let's see your answers. I definitely was told this that Corey told me. Like, share, and subscribe. Hit the Cash App at $Tallman Dr. K50. Smack the super chat or hit me on Venmo at Big Snowman 2172. Got a weekend trip coming up, and I want to make my honey's birthday a great one. And her birthday is on Saturday. Matter of fact, why don't I show y'all the reason I am very happy? And here she is. That is my Jody. We took this in Joplin, Missouri on Route 66. We drove all the way up and down Route 66, just stopping and taking different pictures. We were actually in Joplin to get a couple of rabbits. So we did that, and we spent the rest of the time, just going around Joplin, having fun. And I got to sit my crazy ass on top of a Corvette in the same place where we took this picture. In the exact same place where we took this picture. But that's my honey. 6 years together, it'd be 5 years married this month. I had the same comb too growing up. Oh yeah, I think a lot of black men did. BW with Wookie Weave can't use your comb either. Ain't that the truth? Thank you, Paul. Thank you, Paul. You sure can't. But let me know what you guys were told growing up. I really want to explore this. I was told a whole bunch of things growing up. I mean, hell, at my grandmother's house, ran into a couple of people that were representing their church. Stand by, folks. You want to go out, Winnie? Okay. I got you, Winnie Pooh. There you go. Now she goes. One of my cats. When I was at my grandmother's house one day, a couple of people representing a church came by, and I sat and had a great discussion with them until my mother found out. In basic terms, I was told not to talk to them anymore. And I'm like, okay, I just had a great conversation. What my mom seemed to forget for the longest time is that I went to a Catholic high school. Yeah, we were kind of outnumbered there. Guess who? I mean, even when I went away to college, I was told, and this is a direct quote from my mother, I was told, if you bring a white woman home, that would be okay. But the look on her face told me otherwise. The look on her face told her otherwise. Told me otherwise, I beg your pardon. Didn't realize how much that would affect me for the longest time. Didn't realize it at all, how much it would affect me. And boy, did it ever. For a while. For a while. It got so bad. That was drilled into me so bad that around 2004, just when I was about to start dating again, my mother gave me this. Remember what happened to Kobe Bryant? What? I knew not to bring home a white woman when I was still living in Africa. It was like owning a Bentley in the hood. Someone would also be looking to start some mess since I was with one. Abso-damn-lutely. Abso-damn-lutely. You know how much mess we got in North Carolina? We lived there 2+ years. You know how much mess we got in North Carolina? Just because we were not the typical couple? Typical has never been us anyway. We attributed it to her being short and me being tall, but we both knew what was going on. We both knew what was going on. Now let's have a little fun before we get out of here. Sick Diggy again, welcome to you from Norway. It was more socially acceptable for a black woman to be with a white man than a black man being with a white woman in Africa. The same holds true today, sir. Here in the States, the same holds true today. It's an anomaly to me to see a black man with a white woman, ... and have it be accepted. The flip side of that was fine. That's something that holds true today. But we are just living our lives and having a ton of fun. Speaking of having a ton of fun, all right, gentlemen, let's play a little game before we get out of here. Now, I've told quite a few stories of me living in North Carolina, and I think I'm going to hit y'all with this one. Okay. One afternoon, I had picked up my wife, and we went to lunch, and we were doing great, having a great time. She had an hour, and then I had to drive her back to work, and I drove back to Durham. All I will say to somewhat be nice is the Gynocracy walked in before we departed. Now, y'all know the question by now. What do you think was on the Gynocracy's mind when they saw me and my wife? Not my girlfriend, my wife. Light up the chat, y'all. What do you think was on there? What do you think they were thinking? And as I said, I will just be nice in saying the Gynocracy walked in. What do you think was on their mind? And I already got the bell ready. Because, man, some of the stuff they were thinking was god awful. And that is being nice about it. That's being nice about it. I think I'll leave it here, and we will wait. Oh, we got an answer. She must be a mud shark, coal burner, night rider. Come on, y'all. Chime in with some answers before we get out of here. Got 11 people watching. Like, share, and subscribe. Hit the Cash App. Hit the Super Chat. The Cash App was on your screen. Now it's going to be on your screen again. Right now. There we go. She's only with him for... Oh, Lord. Boy, I did get that look. Sick. I did get that look. And it was evil, to say the least. He only likes to play in the snow. I tried. Listen, folks, I tried dating within the Gynocracy. I really did. I really did. It was the attitude that broke me. It was the attitude that I always got that broke me. Hell, that's what caused me to leave my first marriage. When I was being told all the time I can do bad all by myself. Fine. See you later. I'll start over. She called me several times trying to get me to meet her, and I just wasn't having it. I just wasn't having it. It's really sad to me that this continues to happen in 2024. And what's also sad to me is that it's happening worse. It's getting worse and worse and worse. My gosh, it's getting worse. And I guess some people in the world would never learn. Oh, sick. I got to put this up here. This is one answer, definitely. And this one, too. Got both of those. Got both of those. A lot of black women hate to see a black man happy with a white woman. Damn straight. Here's a double play from Corey. He can't handle a strong black woman. Sell out. 2 for the price of 1. You're right, Corey, on both counts. You're right on both counts. I still get that look to this day. To this day. But what do y'all think the Gynocracy was thinking when they walked in and they saw me and Jody? What do you think they were thinking? But I will tell you, it was some of the looks we still get today. And you want to know what makes it so bad? It's some of the looks we get within our own family. My own extended family, rather. It still goes on today. And it's sad that it still happens. It's sad and to me, to a point, shocking that it still happens. Okay, Noir, I'll light that one up. Oh, this is what we're doing. And then this is Noir Truth's answer. And then 6 answer backs it up. Oh no, another brother lost to the white side. I turn y'all loose with these answers, and the best ones come up every single time. Every time. Keep them coming. We're going to be here for a couple of more minutes. And then I got to start shutting it down and get ready to drive my daughter to and from work. But if you all can help with a Cash App before we go, that would be great. This is the Cash App site right here. And whatever help you can give to help the cause, that would be great. That would absolutely be wonderful. But give me I shouldn't turn y'all loose like that, because some of the answers that'll come up would be great. Will be even greater than I have for this question. But I will just say that the Gynocracy is quite real, and we keep seeing it every day. I said I was going to give my thoughts on that balloon pop episode. Not in my life. You won't find me up there. You better let her know that coffee may be good with cream, but it tastes a whole lot of better black. To which my response is, who told this lie? Never mind, I got my answer. Sick just answered it for me. Well, not one of my best. You know what? Before we go, I want you guys to pick the subject for tomorrow because I've decided to make this a nightly thing, a weeknight thing. I want you guys to pick the subject for tomorrow. Give me some suggestions down in the chat because I want to keep doing this for you guys. I want to keep doing this for you guys. And I know the low-hanging fruit that's out there is what's going on in the WNBA. I can always add that. But give me some other subjects you want me to add to it for tomorrow. But yeah, it's just sad that I remember Keenan stated that quote in Low Down Dirty Shame. I remember that too. Coffee tastes a whole lot better black. Let me speak from experience. No, it doesn't. No, it does not. Again, I say, let me know what you guys want me to do tomorrow down in the comment section real quick before we go ahead and shut it down. Wasn't my best show. I felt that I was prepared to a point, but I wasn't fully prepared. And I'm building this audience, and I know it's going to take a while to build, and I understand that. But I'm going to do that one tomorrow morning. I'm talking about the evening show, Sick. I'm talking about the show I do in the evening. I'm discussing that subject. Will the Celtics be able to keep their core together after winning their 18th championship? I'm going to discuss that tomorrow morning. How about some suggestions for what you want me to discuss in the evening? Because this is kind of like my more serious show. And I want to do this the right way because this is what I'm feeling. Okay. In terms of how to do this. This is what I'm feeling. And I want to go with it. Mr. Suge, in your honor, WNBA, here's the bag. This is you fumbling it. Any questions? Mr. Suge is tuning in from the clouds. Thanks for tuning in, man. And Suge, let me catch you up. I posed a question. You know what? I'm going to leave it. And I'm going to get ready for tomorrow night. But give me a couple of suggestions really quick, folks. What subject do you want me to cover tomorrow evening? Tomorrow evening, what do you want me to cover? Jaylen Brown as one of the heads of the NBA Players Association, perhaps? That's a good one. I'll think about it. I will indeed think about that one. Something that I can attack that one. And my initial thought is maybe. The state of the WNBA's Players Association. That I will have that tomorrow. Bingo. Here's the other one. All right, I got my three tickers right here. Jaylen Brown as one of the heads of the NBA's Players Association, perhaps. The state of the WNBA's Players Association, for that matter. And Sports for America, tuning in from Detroit, Michigan, says the black man's image. You got it. all-time point guard rankings. You know what? I got to jot all this down. And I may have to start earlier than normal. Y'all are giving me some great suggestions. My all-time point guard rankings start, middle, and end with Magic Johnson. He was the first point guard I was ever turned on to. 1979. And he won the Finals MVP as a rookie in 1980. I saw that via tape delay and I was shocked. But then again, I shouldn't have been. All right. I think I have my subjects for tomorrow. If you have any more, put them in the comment. If you're a part of the replay gang, if you got any subjects you want me to cover tomorrow, put them in the comment section below. The best four will get covered each and every night. So I want this to be a well-rounded show, and to help men, and to help black men, and to be specific. My time is up. Time for me to go get some rest and then get ready to take my daughter to work. So for now, Brian Snow here. So long, everybody.